Good evening and welcome to NBS. UG votes at 4:30. I know it is after actually 45 minutes past 4 o'clock in the evening. I am Mordecai Mulisa and thank you so much for watching. We start with what is coming in from Ginger. Now, Ginger East Member of Parliament Paul Mwiru, who crossed from FDC to Alliance for National Transformation, is returning to the 2021 polls to battle it out with old rival and NRM Nathan Igemenabeta and FDC's Emmanuel Wansalala, among others. He joins us from Ginger on the strategy he's going to be using in as far as winning. Yes, Honorable Pomwiru, we are glad to have you on NBS.
Thank you.
Yeah, the question is, how are you ready to battle with the old one, the Nathan Igemenabeta, and the FDC candidate party that you have been a member for a couple of years?
Well, of course, it's true. An election is not over until it is over. First, I respect all candidates in the race. They have a right to participate. But of course, it is going to be the usual way. They have been defeating Honorable Naveta in this race. That my campaign is issue-based. So it is owned up by the people. Because my strategy is to portray myself as one of the best candidates in the race. Because there is empirical evidence. You'll agree with me that I've been in Parliament for almost 3 years in Parliament. But the Electoral Commission rolled out a program after I spent 19 months in Parliament. And if you look at the independent assessors like the African Leadership Institute, it rated me among the best members of Parliament in the country and among the best in the sub-region. So the voters of Ginger East constituency, they would wish to be represented by the best in the Parliament of Uganda. And I have explained to my employer, who are the voters of Ginger East, the roles of a member of Parliament, which is representative, being representation, legislation, of appropriation and oversight. And they have appreciated what my role is as a member of Parliament. And even those who had not understood, actually, I'm going to use this campaign period to run a transformational campaign so they understand what the NNP must be, notwithstanding that I have other developmental issues I've put up in the constituency in the time I've been in the Parliament, like of course, like the Innovation Center Stroke Public Library, which I promised, and I've concentrated on ensuring that actually it is accomplished as one of the projects where you can leave a legacy in the constituency. Other bread and butter issues, notwithstanding. So, and it's on the basis of that, that wherever I've got assurance from the voters that it will be as easy as cutting through butter winning this seat this time around. So I have the confidence from that perspective.
Thank you so much, and should I say I would wish you success, but we shall be there to report everything that will be coming in from that side. Well, away from that, following a repeated election for the NRM flag in Bukanga County that was boycotted by one of the strong contenders, Dr. Isimbi Moses, there is still dissatisfaction on the declaration on the flag bearer with accusation of connivancy against NRM electoral officials. Despite a petition over by the election, uncertainty still looms as some aspirants threaten to go independent. Shiwana Kabuye joins us from Mbarara. Yes, Shira.
Thank you, Mordecai. Very good evening. We're coming to you live from Bukanga in Isimbi district. But there was an election that was repeated, and it ended up being a one-man show. One of the strongest contender boycotted this election and has since written to the president and the Electoral Commission. But first of all, we would like to understand what are those reasons in the first place that he boycotted the election, and where is he throwing those accusations? I'll be speaking to Dr. Moses Mpere, and he'll be giving us those reasons for his non-participation in the election, first of all.
Thank you, Sheila. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. One, we boycotted or we did not participate in this election because it was fraudulent. It was a recommendation by the president of Uganda upon doing investigations in Bukanga. The investigations revealed a report that 26 polling stations did not vote on 4th September. So the president directed Dr. Tango Doi, the chairperson NRM, Electoral Commission, to conduct and organize a re-election in the 26 polling stations or villages. So those 26 polling stations or villages were named in the audit report from President's office. And we got copies. I personally got a copy and my colleague got a copy, and of which that copy was availed to Dr. Tango Doi. So on 23rd of September, Dr. Tango Doi invited us for a consultative meeting and to organize that re-election. He availed us a copy of the 26 villages, the alleged 26 villages, and they were already altered. The list was altered, manipulated, and 4 villages were instead introduced in the 26 villages, replacing the deleted 4 villages. And the 4 villages that were appearing in the president's report to have a re-election were Mishenyi in Chanda, Mishenyi Chirebarebe, Ishunga, and Buriji 1. So those 4 polling stations appear in the president's report to do a re-election because they did not vote. In actual sense, they didn't vote on 4th of September. But however, those villages were deleted by Dr. Tango, or whoever deleted them, but they were not appearing in the list that was provided by Dr. Tango.
Allow me to cut you short. You did not participate in the election. A winner was declared. What is the way forward for you?
Yes, I did not, because I had reasons. I didn't just boycott an election. I had reasons. There are 2 major reasons for the boycott. One was the addition of those ghost cells. 4 cells were introduced and 4 cells were deleted. And secondly, the president's directive also talks about removing all the electoral officials that participated on 4th. And district registrar was part of the team that was going to conduct the 7th re-election. So upon trying to get a genuine list as recommended by the president and the chairperson NRM, I wrote a letter objecting participation or involvement in that fraudulent election, and I wrote it on 6th. After trying all possible ways of getting a genuine list as recommended by the president. So my objection letter was addressed to Chairperson Electoral Commission, Dr. Tango Doi, and Chairperson NRM, the President of the Republic of Uganda. I gave a copy to the Secretary General, Madam Kasure Rumumba, and also I gave a copy to the District Registrar, Madam Rona Kukundakwe, who was actually supposed to be out of office. Yes.
So Moses has written to the NRM Electoral Commission, he has written to the president, and at just a day to the nominations, there is no response. Will the people of Bukanga have an opportunity to have a flag bearer of their choice? Is what came out of the election really what it's supposed to be? But also, does the leader that was declared when a re-election was conducted, is he going to hold the flag until the final day? Because we seem to see a lot changing. In places like Nyabushozi, we have an election that the people are not sure will actually happen tomorrow. Will the cards be different for Bukanga? We'll keep our eyes on this constituency, and we'll be bringing you more from this particular area. Back to you, Mordecai.
And indeed, those are million-dollar questions that you have there. But just like you said, we are going to be keeping our eyes there. The MP aspirant for Bukongo North, Wambede Abdullah, has lost the NRM flag after he was disqualified from the race by the NRM tribunal over failure to resign his government job. Wambede is a head teacher at one of the government-aided schools in Mbale. Yes, Gerald Matembo, let us know about the this person that has failed to resign on his job and leading to his disqualification?
Thank you very much. Wambede Abdullah participated in NRM primaries on 4th, and he polled more votes and was declared winner for Bungoko North NRM flag bearer, beating 3 other candidates. In the twist of events, after one of the candidates, his run-up petitioned the NRM Electoral Commission, his victory was overturned, and his run-up, that is John Faith Magolo, Dr. John Faith Magolo, was declared the winner of the NRM flag in Bungoko North. This has, of course, not left Wambede happy. He is discontented with the manner in which his issue was handled. Wambede claims he tendered in his resignation to the appointing authority, and that's Ministry of Education, in June, and he expected that the ministry should have processed and also concluded his resignation. But to his surprise, the same letters that he used to be nominated for the NRM flag, for the NRM primaries, was rejected, and at the time, his victory was being handed to his run-up. This is the event in Bungoko North. We were supposed to have Wambede actually on set, but he's now having a meeting with his team, after which he will be determining his next move. But for now, for what we have gathered from him now, he is not contented, and he thinks that there could have been some syndicate between maybe the officials somewhere, somehow, something that is still examining. Back to you.
Well, thank you so much, Gerald Matembu. And in you, we have a person there that will be giving us the details. The National Unity Platform is set to launch a national mobilization drive starting next week as part of their initiative to set the new party in motion for the 2021 polls. NUP leader Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu says during this drive, the party will meet its flag bearers and structures ahead of the polls.
But I want to send out a message to all of us that we are going into a life-changing campaign. We are presented yet with another opportunity to change our lives peacefully. This is not politics as usual. This is not the usual campaign that we are going for. I want to charge you, comrades, to be determined, because indeed this election is going to determine the life of our people for the next 5 years. I've said it before and I say it again, that there's going to be a lot of impunity, like we've already started seeing. There's going to be a lot of illegal resistance, like we've already been seeing. But because the people are on our side and they are waiting for the leadership that we've been promising them, I want to task you, comrades, to develop a hard skin and be able to swim through these troubled waters that we're going to face. I also want to announce to you, ladies and gentlemen, that next week we are going to start our nationwide tour. This tour is going to be focused on opening our offices, meeting our candidates and flagging them off, and general mobilization as we get ready for the campaign. I want to encourage all of you that are going for nominations to make them massive. Make the nominations massive, reach out to the people. This is the beginning of the people asserting their power. It begins with the nominations, all through the election and after the election. I want to salute all of you, ladies and gentlemen, that are still standing, that are supporting our candidates, especially those that are in dire need. Let us do this. This work is only beginning. Having gone through the challenges of our candidates' elections, we are here now to do the work. We should be ready. Many of us have pledged our readiness. And I call upon the people of Uganda, those who are candidates and those who are not candidates, to stand together. This is a time when we need unity more than ever.
The opposition coalition is one every Ugandan thought would be possible from the various political parties. To DP, this would be far from impossible, as the party has already came up with a presidential, what you would call the presidential candidates or forms from the Electoral Commission, and 2 million signatures have been secured. This, as the country edges to the 2021 elections. Julius Buchana was at the DP and he had to compile this.
Unveiling a reality that is ongoing, that some of you have been inquiring to know about. That is, we have picked the forms for presidential, for those that seek to support the candidature of our presidential flag bearer in the forthcoming general elections. As you may be aware, by virtue of our constitution, the Democratic Party President General automatically becomes our flag bearer. And upon that, we have already secured the forms, and many people are already filling them. We therefore call upon Ugandans that do desire to support the candidature of the presidential candidate of the Democratic Party to approach the Democratic Party chairpersons countrywide, and also the Democratic Party district chairpersons countrywide, and also the constituency chairpersons. These forms are already there. The report that we have as of now, we have so far collected at least 2 million signatures, and that is a good start.
Indeed, we just cannot go beyond that. I just want to say thank you so much for watching NBS. We still have more content for you, and that is Amasenge J at 7 o'clock in the evening, live at 9 later, that is 9 o'clock in the evening. And you have to keep updated with what we give you on our social media platforms. I am Mordecai Mulisa. Good evening.